What's up there, YouTube land and also social media lands? Welcome to an all new video. In this video we're doing a movie review of a new film that just came out. That is a fourth film in a great series that started back in 1995. So we're going to get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the other videos I put. So those people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my little social media platform, which is X, Twitter, which is X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Patreon. Pretty much anywhere that there's a social media, I'm posting, so check it out. So those people, let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing a movie review of a new film that just came out at the beginning of this month. And it is a fourth film in a great series that started back in 1995. Oh, Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Yeah. Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Yeah. So this fourth film that is produced, of course, by Michael Bay and brought to us with, the great Smith and Lawrence themselves, is a great film which was super awesome, really well done, and very much like in the fashion of those great bad boy films that we've seen in the past. Now, this being the fourth film in the series, it took a little while between 2, 3, and 4, but overall, the wait was worth it because, let me tell you, this movie was utterly fantastic. It was so action-packed, so well done, great concept, and I absolutely love what they did with this film. And I just enjoyed what they, brought to it, versus where, they kind of reversed what happened between the last one and this one, and kind of made a switch for the two characters, and I think that was a great idea and gave it a really great edge, and really was enjoyable to see them bring that to life in this film. Now, this film is directed none other by a duo that goes by the name of Adil and Balil. Yeah. Adil and Balil. Yeah. So Adil and Balil, who directed the last one too as well, returned to direct this fourth film. And once again, I think they did a really fantastic job and gave us a really fun film. And I really enjoyed what they brought to this, just like they did with the last one. They gave us a really, a great amount of action, a great story, and at the same time, great comedy as well, which kept the Bad Boys franchise alive, I feel. Because the great funniness to these films is what makes them so great. And this one was even more funnier than the last one. I absolutely love that. Mark Lawrence was so fantastic and so hilarious. And just, they did a great job of bringing these two characters to life along with the other characters throughout the film. And they all meshed so well together. And I love what Adil and Balil did with the film, giving us this really authentic sequel that was a really great sequel to the last one. And I think it was just a great addition that they brought to this franchise by giving us two solid entries that were action-packed, comedic, and just all around really fun, fantastic stories that you can really understand and enjoy, and bring such great characters that we've already come to know, giving them kind of a great conclusion or ending to some sort, or also just giving us a really great kind of storyline to continue with them. And I think that they did a great job bringing that to life and giving us a really successful film. Now, if you haven't seen anything else they have directed, definitely check out, of course, the last film in this great series that they directed and did a phenomenal job with. And then, of course, a film called Bad Boys for Life. Yeah, Bad Boys for Life. Oh yeah, such a great film too. They did a fantastic job with that film, bringing the characters back after almost a decade, giving us a really solid entry, bringing in some great new characters like Alexander Ludwig, Vanessa Hudgens, other great characters that were in the film series. And I just enjoyed everything they brought to that last one, and they showed what great acting chops they have to give these actors, and presenting the right actors for these jobs, and giving us this really entertaining film. And also, they just have a great eye for visuals and action, and the fight sequences and the car chases and all that, like that kind of good stuff. Just like Michael Bay brought to the first two films, they really had a great understanding of how Bay did it, and they did it just as well and made it even more entertaining. And I just really enjoyed what they brought to that action in that film, and I think it just really showed how great action directors they are, and that they have a good eye for that, kind of like a great stuntman does. And they really have a good eye for bringing us really entertaining action that is, entertaining throughout and not just in certain sequences. And I really enjoyed what they did with that. If you haven't seen Bad Boys for Life by, Adel and Bilal, definitely check it out. They did a really fantastic job with it. And overall, I think they did a really good job with Bad Boys for Life. They did an amazing job. Ride and Die, they did a fantastic job bringing it to life, giving us this great fourth film in this great series. If you haven't seen anything they've done recently, go check out Bad Boys, Ride or Die in theaters now. They did a really great job. So this movie has a really great cast, really, a lot of great returning people. Joe Pantoliano returning in it, Alexander Ludwig, Vanessa Hudgens returning, John Sally, DJ Khaled returning from previous films and so forth, and just a really great returning cast, a few great new entries into the film series that were all just really, were amazing in the film and just made it really enjoyable and fantastic. Now, to start us off is none other than one of the bad boys himself, Mr. Will Smith! Oh yeah, Will Smith! Will Smith, yeah! So Will Smith we all recognize from a slew of films of the years, Men in Black 2, Men in Black 3, you might recognize him from 6 Degrees of Separation, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, recently King Richard, Legend of Bagger Vance. I mean, so many movies over the last 20 plus years, last 30 years, I should say. And he's just a really great actor. Now, compared to everything that's happened to him in the last couple of years with the slap and everything, I think that this film really is his ultimate comeback, and he's really, gotten back into the good action graces that be. And, even though what happens in his personal life is, stupid, he still is a decent and great actor that brings really great fun to his characters, and he did that in this film. I really enjoyed what he did with Mike Lowry in this film. I enjoyed the progression of the character. I liked how they had him get married finally, not be this bachelor all his life. I enjoy, his great comedic timing along with Martin Lawrence as well, and I just really enjoyed what Will did with the character and how he really grew him. Bringing him in and having it where he's getting older now, he's experiencing panic attacks and stuff like that. And I thought Will Smith did a great job of bringing that to life, giving us this great new extension on this character. And I just really enjoyed what Will brought to the character, and I thought his action scenes were done really well and really enjoyable. And I thought that he just worked really well in the film. He gives a really great new iteration of Mike Lowry and a great addition to this Bad Boys franchise. Now, if you haven't seen Will Smith in anything recently, or haven't seen him in anything, you should definitely check him in a great film that came out back in 1996, and I think one of his best. And that, of course, is a great film called Independence Day. Yeah, Independence Day, yeah. This has got to be one of Roland Emmerich's best films to date. Such a great action sci-fi classic. Great cast, Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, Vivica A. Fox, Randy Quaid. I mean, great cast of actors and actresses. And Will was just so awesome as his character in this film. I really enjoyed him. Thought he was a great character, a great addition to that film. And I just really think that the film showed how great of a talent he was, and at the time, kind of his growing talent, and how he was really achieving so much more success, and how much more he was growing from the character he had, been referenced to for on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and his, music career. And I really just enjoyed what Will brought to his character, how actiony he was, how profound he was, how awesome, how he had a lot of great scenes when he hits the alien, and stuff like that was absolutely hilarious, and just showed his comedic chops and stuff like that. And I just really enjoyed and think that it really shows what a great talent he was and how much he had to give, and that he would become a greater actor after that. And I think ID for Independence Day really shows that for him and shows his absolute potential. If you haven't seen him in Independence Day, definitely check him out in Independence Day. He was so fantastic. He was awesome. Great film. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But overall, I really enjoyed his Mike Lowry in this film. He did a great job. And I think Will is back on to becoming, once again, a decent actor again and showing his great acting chops. If you haven't seen him in anything recently, check him out in Bad Boys, Ride or Die. He was fantastic. So that brings me to the next actor I'd like to talk about this film. And that, of course, is Mr. Martin Lawrence! Oh yeah, Martin Lawrence! Woo! Martin Lawrence! Yeah! Absolutely love Martin Lawrence. He's such a great actor. Always fun, always enjoyable to watch. And is so freaking funny, from his show Martin to the many things he's been in over the years, Wild Hogs and so forth. And just, great things like Blue Streak and stuff like that. He just is a really fun, fantastic actor. And he has a really great comedic chops, and he's a great accessory to Will Smith, and they work really well together, and they really brought to life, these two characters over the last 30 years. And have just really brought really fun to these characters, and they're just super enjoyable to watch, and just really, really work really well together. Now, Martin Lawrence, you might recognize from a slew of things over the years, like I said, but one of my favorites of his actually came out in 2005, called Rebound. Yeah, Rebound. Yeah, this is such a fantastic film. He plays this, basketball coach that gets thrown off his team because of his attitude. He basically has to go do PR work to try to get back onto his team, and in the long run, he ends up finding his team, making it a big hit again, and basically learning what he lost and where he really needs to be at in his life. And he just did a great job of portraying this character. I absolutely loved it. He was super funny, but at the same time, I love his progression through the film. I love how he changes and how he alters, and how he learns to be a team player again. And I love how he brings back the love of basketball for himself too, as well as not just being a huge career and all this kind of stuff, and that, all it is about is being, I'm rich and that, stuff like that. And Martin just did a great job of bringing that to life and give us a really solid, thought process and, reaction to a person that's dealing with that. And he just did such a great job and gave us this fantastic, idea and performance in this film, and he just was so fun, and he worked so well with all the kids in the film as well, and they all were so much fun. If you haven't seen Martin Lawrence, definitely check out on Rebound. He was really a fantastic film. But overall, I really enjoyed what he brought to his character in this film. I love how he deals with a heart attack. I love how he is all out there and all this kind of stuff in the film, and I just love some of his one-liners throughout the film. Some of that were absolutely fantastic. And he just was such pure Martin Lawrence, just so freaking funny. And he just was so much fun in this film, and it was great to see him again and bringing this character to life. If you haven't seen Martin Lawrence in anything recently, go check him out in Bad Boys, Ride or Die. He was fantastic in the film. So that brings me to the next actor I'd like to talk about this film. And that was none other than the main bad guy in the film, who just was so awesome and did not see it coming. And that, of course, is Mr. Ian Grufford! Oh yeah! Ian Grufford! Ian Grufford! Yeah! Ian Grufford is so awesome. Absolutely love him. I have loved him since I saw him in Horatio Hornblower, to the original Fantastic Four films, to his performance in a show called Forever that was on CBS back in the 2010s. And is just a really great actor that's always fun, always enjoyable to watch, and always plays really great characters. And he plays such a great bad guy in this film, and I just really enjoyed it. And I love what he brings to the character, and how awesome he was at it, and how he plays he's such a nice guy, but overall he's actually really evil. And I just loved what he brought to that, and I thought it was just really fantastic done by him. And it was really nice to see him in something, because I haven't actually seen him in anything recently for a while, and he just did such a great job. Now, if you're not familiar with Ian Grufford, like I said, he's played several different characters in different movies, TV series, stuff like that over the years. Of course, he was Horatio Hornblower, he was in so many different things. But one film I really enjoyed him in and thought was one of his best performances was, of course, the great 2005 film, The Fantastic Four. Yeah, it's Mr. Fantastic. Oh my god, he's such a way better characterization than, them hiring Pedro Pascal for the most recent Fantastic Four film going to be coming out. He was so great as Mr. Fantastic. He was perfect as Reed Richards. He was so freaking awesome, and I absolutely loved his characterization of Reed Richards, and just loved him in that movie. And I really think it showed how great of a versatility he had, where he played really serious, but also at the same time have some really great comedic timing, and was just a really great person to lead and all this kind of stuff. And I just really enjoyed what he brought to that character, and I thought it really showed how great of a talent he is. Because if you haven't seen anything he's done, he is such a great talent and very versatile in what he does. He's great at comedy, he's great at drama, he's great at, pretty much anything. And he's really good, and he really showed all the versatility in the Fantastic Four film, and he just was so fun. If you haven't seen Ian Grufford or anything, definitely check him out at Fantastic Four. He did a really superb job in that. But overall, I really enjoyed his bad guy in this film. He was really fantastic and just a really enjoyable character. If you haven't seen him, check him out in Bad Boys Ride or Die Now in theaters. It's worth the watch. So what is Bad Boys Ride or Die about? Basically, the film is about, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence basically trying to clear Joe Pantoliano's name after being accused of being a bad guy all this time after his death. And basically, it's up to them to figure out what's really going on and how to, stop them and clear his name and save the day. And, just really fantastic film, action-packed, great comedy, great cinematography, great music throughout the film, just an all-around great freaking action sequel that is so much fun and was super enjoyable. Highly recommend, go check it out in theaters now. It was so fantastic, giant 10 golden movie box stuff. Can't wait to own this and add it to the collection. It was so much fun. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend go check it out in theaters now. Worth the watch. So that's it for this movie review, guys. So thanks for watching, thanks for liking, also thanks for subscribing. If this is your first time here or you have before, don't keep checking the older new videos you might not see mine yet. As always, people, if you want to show support for the channel, please check out my awesome Patreon page where you get all kinds of extra accoutrements locally here on my YouTube channel. From outtakes, bloopers, all that kind of cool stuff. Suggestions on what I do next, polls, all that kind of stuff where you can even tell me what you would like to see before you watch. Definitely something to check out. Please check it out. As always, huge shout out to my new and old followers. You guys are rocking it. As always, people, catch you in the next one.